Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel At Home with Morgan. Today we're going to be doing a germ buster deep clean with me where I show you my in general antibacterial type of germ busting routine when it comes to cold and flu season, getting rid of the ick and just stripping down all of the dirt and yuck out of my clothes and the kids' bath toys, just everywhere where germs generally tend to build up over time. So if you need all of the germ busting inspiration and motivation, then this video is for you. So just stay tuned. Alright you guys, like I said, today we're doing a germ busting video. This is going to be video 1 of my germ busting series here on YouTube. Super excited to share all of the nitty gritty quite literally with you on how I get rid of the grossness in my house and what I like to do over the winter time to get rid of the ick in my house. I will also be doing a spring cleaning series, which is just generally like dusting and just like getting the dirt out of the house and getting underneath the couches and things like that. In today's video, I'm going to focus more so on how I disinfect everything and get into the spaces that really collect germs and grossness. So first off, we're starting with my sink. I use my barkeeper's friend. I do have a ceramic farmhouse sink and this gets all of the scrapes and scratches off really easily. I swear by this. It makes my sink sparkly clean and gets all of those grayish scratches out of the sink. I do have a liner for the bottom to try and prevent this, but it does get scratched up a little bit, but not to fear because this barkeeper's friend stuff is amazing. That also comes in more of like a liquid form. I'm using the powder form here. And then to shine everything up, I do like to just use foaming glass cleaner because it foams up so nicely and gets it nice and shiny. So I'll do that for the front of the sink. And then I'm just wiping down underneath on the cupboards because that is generally where spills and ick get the most when we're cooking, is the bottom cabinets, especially underneath the sink. Now, to get my sink nice and shiny clean, again, I'm just using that foaming glass cleaner. I do come back through and disinfect it with a mix that I use all the time. So to shine up my faucet, I just use a paper towel and some of that glass cleaner and it gets it nice and shiny clean. Now here I'm actually using, this came with a wine glass, I believe. This is just a little scrubber brush. I'm getting in between in my faucet where dirt and gunk gets built up. I take the handle off and really just get all of the ick and grossness off and shine the faucet right up. The next thing I'm going to do, there's like this like water, like I think it's like an overflow valve that's to the right of my sink, and it was disgusting. It had just like gross gunk. So I'm using that little brush to get the base of it nice and clean, and then the top, as you can see, is disgusting. I just used a little bit of Dawn power wash and then I gave it a good clean and scrub with that, and then also put a little bit of my barkeeper's friend inside of there as well, and it came out nice and shiny in the end, as you guys will see here in just a minute. But this is like where the overflow from the dishwasher and the garbage disposal comes through, and I just feel like all of the gross water comes through here. So I was happy to get that nice and clean. Now I did just purchase a new kitchen rug to make the kitchen look nice and airy. We're in the middle of a bunch of room makeovers right now, so I thought I would just include a clip of me putting this new rug down. I love it so much. I need to grab a couple of rug pads from upstairs to get it nice and like sticky to the floor, but I'm loving it. Now to clean my floors, I'm using Mr. Clean antibacterial. I love the lemon scent. I like citrus scents and clean scents for my house. I also will use the purple lavender fabuloso once in a while, but for this particular video, since we're doing a germ busting, I wanted to use the antibacterial Mr. Clean, and I am going to start in the dining room first. I am just using my Method all-purpose cleaner. This is the lime and sea salt. This is one of my most favorite springtime scents. It just is so clean. It's so yummy, and I use it all spring and summer long, and I just got it in because March is going to start my springtime cleaning videos. I'm so excited, but I'm just giving it a good wash down with that first to get some of the gunk off, and then I am going in with my antibacterial mix, which I do 1 gallon of water for like, I think it's like a 1/4 cup or a 1/3 cup of the Mr. Clean antibacterial. It's like a concentrated mix. Follow the directions on the back of the bottle, super easy. And then I got this bucket at Target as well for like $4, and it has like lines inside of there to tell you like where 1 and 2 gallons is. I believe this is about a 2.5 to 3 gallon bucket. Super nice. I have my helper here. Here's my son Riker. He's like checking out my work to make sure I'm getting all of the ick off the table. And then I also have Kodo with me, my dog. You guys will see him in a lot of my videos because he never ever leaves my side. We do also have a miniature Australian Shepherd. Her name is Aspen, but a lot of the times I have to put her like down in the basement or put her outside during my cleaning videos because she will just like be in my face the entire time. But sometimes when I do have her out, you guys will see her and she'll just be chilling on the couch because she is a sassy girl. So anyway, after I'm done disinfecting the table, then I moved on to the blinds, and now I'm going to move on to the shelves. These shelves were really dusty and I wanted to get where all of the little hands go, which is why I did the blinds, which is why I did the base of the table, and I did the antibacterial mix for that. And I'm doing it on the shelves as well, because my kids just touch everything. So anything that was at kid level, I did do a good like clean, and I feel so much better, and everything is just smelling so fresh. And now that I know that we've got all of the ick gone too, I'm feeling so much better. But definitely recommend doing this about once or twice in the winter time and fall time during that cold and flu and God forbid COVID-19 season. So getting all of the ick with the antibacterial mix is amazing, and like I said, it just makes your house smell so fresh. And I know a lot of us have been really living in our houses for the past year, whether it be because of quarantine, etc. We just have not been leaving the house as much this past year. So I know that we could all use a little bit of a germ busting inspiration video and getting the ick out of the house. So I'm just generally going through like everything on my shelves. My bowls were really dusty and dirty, which is why I'm cleaning them out. These are mostly for display, and then I also use them during holidays and events and things like that. My sister got them for me for Christmas a few years ago. I'm not quite sure where they're from. I want to guess Kohl's or Sam's Club, but if I can find a link for them, I will link them down below. I do get a lot of questions on those bowls. They have like the cute little antique beading on them, and they're so cute. But here I'm also just giving my bottom shelf a good wipe down, and I'm cleaning off my KitchenAid mixer because it does sit out on the shelf and it gets a little bit of dust on it, and the kids are always playing with it. So just getting it all disinfected and nice and clean. I'm just giving everything a really quick vacuum with my Dyson V11. I love my cordless vacuum so much. She is a beauty and she works so well. She picks up so much dirt. I love her. I'm using a brand new mop today. Just got it from Target, and I will have a link down below for you guys. I believe it's like $12.99 from Target. So affordable. It has a little scrubber pad on it, and it really got my floors nice and clean. And here, as you can see, we've got like ketchup stains on the floor and just like gunk and footprints. And I am using that antibacterial mix on the floors as well. I do mop my floors about once a week, but I've never done an antibacterial wash on them. So this is just going to get any germs or blah that's just on the floor. This is just going to get rid of any of the germs and bacteria and all the ick that might be hanging around on the floor from sneezing or coughing or ugh. So that is what I'm doing here, is I'm just washing down the floors with that antibacterial mix, and it smells so good. This was the aftermath. The water was absolutely disgusting. It's like cloudy and dirty and gross. So I'm just putting my table back together really quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next part, and you guys will get to see how gross my mop is. I do like to rinse out my mop at the end of each use just to make sure that it stays nice and clean. I did this with my last mop, and I plan to do it with this mop. My routine is I like to do this at night because then I will just leave the mop in the sink. I'll wring it out all the way, and it has this really handy like tool on the handle that like helps you wring it out. It's super nice. And then I will just let it dry in the sink overnight along with the bucket. I like to rinse out the bucket, turn it upside down, and let it dry overnight because I was going to be using it the next day for more disinfecting. So moving into what I use for my disinfecting of like my walls, and I washed down my counter with this only like once or twice during cold and flu season. It's a gallon of water, a 1/3 cup of bleach, and then I do a 1.5 teaspoons of the powdered Tide. I mix it with an old wooden spoon and it bubbles up. It smells so good. That Tide makes it smell really, really good. And this is the best germ busting combo ever. I got a lot of comments on this in my last video. And yes, I do use powdered Tide, and I'm just onto the powdered Tide trend, but I love it so much. To make my house smell clean, I use Clear the Air and Nature's Shield, about 5 drops of each in my diffuser, and I let that go while I'm cleaning. It makes the house smell so good and so clean. And now I'm moving on. While I'm letting that mix, I like to just let it like disintegrate, like totally dissolve, like together, not disintegrate, dissolve, you know what I mean. I would like to let it dissolve and mix all together. I'm getting my bathtub ready for some laundry stripping, which sounds insane, but I swear by this method. It's so gross. I just use a cheese grater that I keep in the laundry room, and I shred up some Phil's naphtha. I do a 1/4 cup of borax. I do a 1/2 cup of the super washing soda and a generous scoop of the powdered Tide in hot water. Now, the reason why I like this grater is obviously I need to like shred the Phil's naphtha soap, but I like to use it as a mixer and like a paddle almost to like get the clothes in there. Now, the first thing that I'm soaking are my leggings. I have not done this to my leggings ever before, and I wear them every day. This is literally 2 minutes after putting them in, and this is how gross the water is. This is going to strip your clothes of any excess body oils, dirt, laundry detergent residue, fabric softener residue. If you use like liquid fabric softener, whether you use bounce sheets, this is like amazing for stripping all the grossness. And now I'm doing the kids' bath toys, also using my cheese grater, little paddle, and I put about a 1/3 cup of bleach, and I fill up the sink completely full, and I'm putting their bath net, all the toys in there, and I'm going to let that soak and disinfect. And I don't have any toys that like are closed off or like little squeeze toys because I'm so scared of like mildew and mold building up inside of the toys. But I do like to give the kids' toys a good soak down once in a while because they do get this like slimy grossness on there, and just to get rid of the germs. So moving on to the downstairs, I am using that Tide bleach water mix, and I'm just using a washcloth, and I'm going to wipe down my backsplash and my counters. This isn't the greatest for granite. This mix isn't the greatest for granite, but I do like to use it a couple of times during the winter, like I said, just to get the counters nice and clean. And I also like to do it on the cupboards on top and get the handles just everywhere. Like I said, our hands are touching constantly. That is what I'm touching on in today's video as far as cleaning, is getting all of those like most used, most loved surfaces, if you will, okay? Like the most loved on surfaces, like we live in our kitchen, and think about like our wall going up the stairs from the entryway. I have like little handprints up and down the walls. I mean, everything at kid level needs to be sanitized, especially when they're walking around with those like peanut butter hands, sticky hands, you know what I mean. So that is what I'm doing here, just wiping down the backsplash, and I'm wiping the counters down, and I do the top cupboards. I just washed the bottom cupboards in my last deep cleaning video, and then I'm also going to be wiping down the appliances. Again, not the greatest thing to like use for everyday like cleaning on your appliances and on your granite countertops, but it just gives them a really quick disinfecting clean, and you can use your all-purpose cleaner that's meant for your appliances and your granite countertops in between. So let's talk about the fridge. The fridge is also one of those most loved on areas in the house. I had so much gunk built up on my handles. Even though I clean off these fridge handles once a week, they get so gross. So it felt good to get them disinfected entirely. And then also that water spout. I know a lot of you guys probably have a similar fridge to me, and you have this like water and ice dispenser on the front of your fridge. Well, gunk and grossness can build up on the inside of the dispenser, so make sure you're cleaning that out in the wintertime as well. That is a really good time to do it, just because we're inside the house, it's colder outside, we're not getting out as much. So definitely take the time to clean out that water dispenser and disinfect it and get all of the gross out of there as well. Now I wanted to quickly touch on another series that I have coming for you guys, which is my spring cleaning series. This is all about disinfecting and getting the germ busting out of the way. When I get to my spring cleaning, I have lots of fun things planned. I'm going to show you guys like cleaning above my cupboards, which is so gross, cleaning behind the appliances, all of the things that you just want to dirt off and dust off, if you will, before the summer months and the fall months come back. It's a really good time to just clean those spaces that you tend to forget in your house. So I will have that spring cleaning series launching in March, and I'm so excited because I've got all of the gross fun things planned for you guys. I know how satisfying it is to see like befores and afters and how disgusting things are, and I'm just being honest and raw and real. I feel like I clean constantly, but some of these deep cleaning things, and especially those spring cleaning things, you just don't do more than once a year. And I will also be sharing my like kitchen organization makeover. I have like all of the cupboards need to be cleaned out. Okay, everything is like just full of like spices and flour, and it just needs to be cleaned out. So that will be kicking off my spring cleaning series, is cleaning out my kitchen and cleaning above the cupboards and getting all of the ick off of there. So back to my germ busting here. I am wiping off the walls. Now I did touch base on this earlier, but I'm using that bleach and Tide combo again. I am loving this. It smells so good and it disinfects it very well. I have lots of little fingerprints up and down these stairways. This is where my kids frequent the most. Okay, so think like in the entryway, my kids take off their shoes and they go up the stairs and they touch the walls on their way up for balance. And then same with this set of stairs, because we have like a 3-level split. They touch the walls on the way up because the railing is just a little bit too tall for them. So disinfecting everything that they may be touching. And then I also get all of the light switches in the house, right? One of those most loved on areas, definitely for everybody in every household, are the light switches. So make sure you give those some extra attention. And then I do like to get the baseboards as well. I'm very careful around the carpet because yes, this is a bleach mix. Yes, it will bleach your clothes. It will ruin your carpet. So be careful. That's why I'm wearing this outfit. This shirt already has a couple of bleach stains on it, and my leggings have a couple of holes in them. I'm not too worried if they get ruined. So just kind of a heads up, make sure you're wearing clothes that you don't mind get a little bit roughed up. And here is that entryway wall. Okay, can you see where the before and after is, where I cleaned and haven't cleaned? That is from not just like the kids' hands, but also my husband when he comes upstairs from like the shop and he has like sawdust or stain or dirt or whatever it is. It's so disgusting. I was like blown away by how truly gross that wall was. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. It's so gross. But anyways, that is how it goes. We truly live in our house. We love our house and we haven't really left it a whole lot this past year. So another thing that I plan to do in my spring cleaning videos is I want to do like a wall touch-up video. I don't know about you guys, but my family is very hard on our house. So our baseboards, like all of our trim, all of our like walls and like the corners and the railings, everything needs a little bit of a coat of paint. Touch-ups on the like wall spackle and like retexturing some things, painting some things, and just getting everything back into tip-top shape because it's just love done, okay? We well live in our house and we love on our house very hard. And here is the after of my laundry stripping. It is so gross. You guys will see the residue here in a second. Just disgusting. I'm really glad that I did this and got my leggings nice and clean. So if you guys want to see some more laundry inspiration, I have a laundry video coming up for you guys later this week and a basement makeover. So stay tuned. I have all of the goodness coming for you. And I've got more of the germ busting series and spring cleaning series videos coming up for you guys very soon. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Okay, bye guys.